Welcome.
I'd say good morning. I guess it is good morning. It's late. But welcome, y'all. Welcome to Shade in the City. I'm your girl, Tris.
It's Nels.
And today we're jumping into, I've been dying to get
Somebody's
to
too excited.
She's jumping into 90 Day.
You're doing too much.
Other way.
You're doing way too much.
Season 4, episode 12. The glow soon becomes ash.
You're going to stop laughing at my boobs pain.
Anyway, if y'all have not already, please, I ain't even gonna, I can hold y'all. We're gonna get right into it. If y'all have not already, please make sure you hit that like button
and that subscribe button.
And y'all, let's get ready to roast Debbie's ass. Let's get shady. Wakes up after spending one night in Ossama's family's home, and she's ready to go. You know, she said
she felt like she aged 10 years.
Yeah, and she said she feels like she looks it too. So she's being shady about
I knew you caught that part.
Toilet seat. And, you know, she claims she's very well traveled and has been to many third world countries. And, you know, she has been able to make do, but this is making don't. I said, look at Debbie out here trying to be hip.
That's my boo. She funny.
So she plans on talking to Ossama and expressing.
You better stop. That's how you gonna be when you get older. You gonna watch. That's gonna be Tris. I'm telling y'all, watch. Tris is still gonna be a flirt. She probably gonna want a young.
I might be eccentric, but I ain't gonna be out here chasing boys that could be my grandchild age.
She gonna want a young little tenderoni, maybe not as young as Ossama. And he probably gonna be cute too, because Ossama ain't.
If I'm 70, he gotta be at least 50.
She gonna want a young little tenderoni. She gonna be doing her little art. She gonna be a little, I
can't do no art. That's where you messed up.
Well, artsy stuff, not painting and stuff. She might be writing a book or something. I was gonna say she might be writing songs for somebody or something. You don't know. Tris gives very much Debbie vibes.
Don't put that off on me.
Just not.
No, I don't want that. I don't want that stupid juju. You keep that shit over there. So Ossama, look, you done got me cussing. We ain't even 5 minutes in. So Ossama comes up to check on Debbie, and she tells him since the family has been so nice to her, she has gifts that she wants to present to them. And so Ossama lets her know that his mom is a bit tired. This ain't weird to y'all. His mom is so tired, and she can't find it in her to get out the bed. That's because she's devastated.
She don't like Debbie. I know that. I knew it from the last episode.
She's devastated that her strange son is doing this, and she's not clearly.
It ain't sitting right on her spirit. You know what it is? He told his family that he going to the U.S. He ain't tell Debbie, but he told his family, and it ain't sitting right on the mama's spirit. She like, you got this old lady in my house. You trying to play her and all this.
She might mess around and have a heart attack on her.
She like, I ain't about to have no parts in this.
She said, I ain't trying to catch no bodies. So, basically they sit down with the family, and the first thing, like Nell says, the dad says that he's so happy that she's decided to take Ossama to the U.S. And Debbie's like, no, I didn't. No, I never said that shit. Why would you? And his sister is in shock. And she's like, well, I ain't got time to argue with Ossama right now. But she's like, I'm going to set it straight with y'all. I moved here permanently. I have no plans on leaving. And the sister was like, what? And I was actually watching one video. And I believe they hinted to Ossama probably thought he was going to come over here and bring them over once he got citizenship.
Yeah. Most of them want to.
No, and clearly they want to. That's why he said our plan. But
yeah. I know the sister speak English, but then she started speaking to Ossama. And what do they speak? What do they speak? Farsi? Do you know what they speak?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know. Is Moroccan or no?
Well, whatever language it is that they speak. Listen, what you're not about to do is just speak English in front of all of us. Now, when we talk about going to the U.S. and you see this crazy look on my face, now you want to speak in your language.
So basically, she's asking Ossama, did you agree to this? And he realizes he got caught up in a lie. And so he's like, well, she made the decision, but yeah, I agree with it. And so his sister looks so damn disappointed. And Debbie feels like she's getting mixed signals and isn't sure what Ossama has been telling his family. How do you not have, you still ain't figured it out?
She's like, we got to talk about this because I don't like no secrets.
Okay, let's talk about it, Debbie. So Ossama is showing Debbie around his family's farm to paint and watch the sunset. Now, she's excited, but wants to have a serious talk with Ossama about their conversation with his family earlier. So she spots a donkey, an ass.
She literally starts singing like she Aurora in the damn field or some shit.
La-la-la, la-la-la.
Girl, he sings to the birds and the donkeys and
and then she decides she wants to get her happy ass on the donkey and makes a complete ass of herself when she falls off. And I kind of think Ossama did that purposely.
She believes Ossama did it on purpose, and I believe so too, because he wanted to hurry up and paint.
Right.
Like, get your ass.
So they're painting, and he asked her to shut up. He asked her to be quiet, but he's
like, she was talking. She was like, "Can you be quiet?"
And he was like, "I'm trying to focus."
Why she start humming?
You off no bullshit. That made me think of my son. Like that would be some my son would do. I'd be like, "Can you please be quiet?" Like he would do some shit like that.
Like, okay, I'm not talking.
Right. I was like, oh my God, that's this young at heart shit is going a little bit too far. So then finally he's like visibly annoyed with her. And she continues to talk and wants to know what their future looks like. He tells her he doesn't know. He just wants to paint and tells her it's not the right time to talk about a plan. So she tries to convince him that he can do both. And he says, no, sweetie, I have one mind, not two. I said, y'all about to see. Them crazy eyes came out. I said, y'all better leave.
Them crazy eyes been there.
Look, if F around and find out was a person, it was Ossama, okay? So.
I give you that.
Debbie, what'd you say?
I thought I give you that.
Right. So Debbie is persistent and wants to talk about plans. He tells her the plan was to ride the donkey and catch the sunset, not to discuss their plans. So he reiterates that they already talked. And she's
like, every time we talk about the plan, you always say we'll talk about it later. So really, we ain't got no plan.
Yeah, Debbie was trying to put her foot down and it was coming off very motherish. So she asked him if they can look at apartments online tomorrow, and he tells her maybe. So then she's like, we've had these wonderful conversations via text, and now that he's in front of me, I'm not getting anything from him. So she tells him that she feels like he's not proving his love as he said he would. And he basically lets her know she wants everything right now, and he can't do things in one day. He then goes on to insult her and tell her she's sick and must have a mental illness or something.
Debbie said, what? She told this much. He cold-blooded.
Cold-blooded.
Right?
So Ossama says he's getting angry, and he doesn't get angry. Look, this is when you about to find out. And that's making him hurt right now. Debbie asks if he doesn't think she hears her kids telling her the same that they told her before she got her ass over there and not to go. And Ossama says he'll talk about the plans and said, our plan was for you to come here and bring me to the USA, and he will go to work and they'll start their life there. And he said he can't guarantee the future in Morocco, and that's the plan, and he doesn't plan to change it. And said, and if she doesn't want to accept this, they can stop this now.
And that was it. That's really how they ended the scene.
I'm sorry, y'all. I probably gave y'all the best part of the episode in the first 10 minutes of the video.
I mean, they started with it, but then they ended with it though. But I mean, yeah, that's how.
Bless her heart. Bless her heart. Debbie too old to be out here by this young man. That's why I said that does never get. I am never gonna let a young man.
No, not like that.
Embarrass me, and make a fool of me like that. No, that would never be me.
No, I don't mean that. I mean like her mouth and like her being funny and artsy and like not on that level, not on Debbie's level, but I mean, her energy kind of gives you as an old lady.
I would like to think that I'm not stupid nor foolish, but okay.
No, not stupid. But I mean, like, just her eccentric energy, just like,
okay, eccentric energy, I'll give you that, but I think there's a difference between eccentric and weird. So, you know.
Basically, we are still at the restaurant with Jen and Rishi and their drama. Jen is explaining that, you know, she's frustrated with all his lying, and Rishi's still at the table trying to plead his case to Jen's friends. Brandy says that she thinks somebody should go check on Jen, and she thought it would have been Rishi, but since you're not, guess what? I will. You know, you don't know how to play.
Because I'm too busy out here trying to prove myself
to the wrong people.
That part.
So Jen is explaining to Randy that, you know, she came back to get the truth. Clearly, she ain't gonna get that. And she doesn't even have any more questions. She's done with this. Basically, Jen says, you know, she's frustrated. I don't know. No, I don't think it's supposed to say Jen.
Yeah, I think Jen is frustrated.
Okay, basically, Jen is frustrated because she was trying to get the full layout, like the whole timeline.
She wants a whole Excel spreadsheet of.
And basically, she won't. She feels like she won't feel satisfied until she gets it. Now, her friends basically tell her, you know, to chill and relax because, you know, you ain't got to figure it out all today, and you know, you can wait till tomorrow, and you know, they'll stick by her 100%. So Jen, the next day, decides to take her friends out and show them India without Rishi, so they can actually enjoy themselves rather than dealing in her drama. So she's taking them to a traditional Indian dance class, much different than the one that Rishi went to, might I say. These dances aren't all over the floor, but they are picking up money with their mouths.
And she said she ain't seen that since she left the U.S.
That's what I'm saying. Both of these places are giving very much stripper vibes. There's some type of...
They keep their clothes on.
Stripper-esque.
Yes, burlesque.
Yeah. I'll give you that. Okay, so they sit down, have some tea, and they ask her if she's heard from Rishi. She said, yeah, he blowing my shit up. Okay, and wants them all to go over to visit his family. So her friends feel like, you know, maybe he just wasn't explaining himself properly, and just, you know, he really didn't understand what he did wrong. And Jen agrees that, you know, that he did make it clear that, you know, they're all welcome to come to his home and ask whatever questions they want. And she wants to prepare a list for that. So Randy suggests a great idea, like getting a translator, so everyone can get some clarity. Light bulb goes off. And Jen is all here for it, okay? But she does.
Then Randy says, well, why don't we just tell his family? We'll tell him for you. I bet she will.
It's weird that he's willing to have them all come over and hang out with his family, but doesn't want to let them know that they're engaged. Randy basically says, screw the date that he has set. She's a certified
interventionist.
Apparently that's what she was like,
but
basically we can let his family know that, you know, he's not on drugs, he's doing really well. But guess what? Great news, they're engaged. So,
she's actually, I heard she's actually been on other TV shows, which lets me know even more she's just here for the camera time.
Really? Okay. Well, anyways, Jen loves this plan. Okay. And she's happy to know that she'll get the family's reaction sooner than August 2nd. So Jen is getting some help picking out something to wear to, you know, go over to Rishi's families. And she's hoping to get the truth about the arranged marriage situation. And her friends are basically going to drop the bomb about the engagement. Now, she said...
you know Rishi's going to be mad as hell.
She does. She don't give a damn. She says going behind his back is not ideal, but keeping it a secret is only creating problems. And she's not trying to hurt him, but she believes it'll benefit the both of them.
So how in her rationing does she think that once she breaks this to her family, that does she think they're just going to skip off in the sunset holding hands?
I don't think she cares.
Oh, okay. So she just wants to ruin this whole man's life.
She wants to know, she just wants to know what their reaction is going to be, if they're going to be okay with it or not. So the translator that Jen hired,
Bendia. Yeah.
she arrived. Now
She's
she
cute.
said, yeah, she is cute. She said that she already kind of gave her a heads up on what's going on. Jen felt like the translator was super beautiful and really what the mom would pick for Rishi. So she wondered if she might even try to get her to be in an arranged marriage with him. Now the translator has some questions about the details of her story, so she just let it all out. Jen's friends give Bendia a heads up that they may disclose that they're engaged and don't want her to be caught off guard. Now, the translator initially was happy to do the job, and once she said she found out the context of what's going on, she realized this is a total situation, and she's super nervous to even do this and get involved. Now, she knows Rishi isn't going to like it, but she says that they've been down for 3 years, and she really don't seem to give a damn.
That pretty much sums it up. Gabe meets up with his mom and sister Monica. He said he's been in the US for 2 weeks trying to get his birth certificate corrected, and that could take months. So he still hasn't told his mom and sister about him marrying Isabel. And his sister asks how things are going, and he lets her know they're doing well. And she admits that she assumed since he was back so soon that they weren't doing well at all. Now, Gabe feels like Monica is going to have negative comments when he reveals that he's proposed to Isabel and they're getting married. And, he lets them know that he was there to fix his birth certificate so that he could marry Isabel. Monica is a little blown that he didn't say anything. And both mom and Monica are a little upset that he didn't say nothing, but they congratulate him. And Monica says that her and Gabe are best friends. So the fact that he hid the proposal from her makes her feel that he doesn't value their relationship and says that it hurts. Now, his mom even questions it as well and reassures him that, look, we're happy for you. And they just wish he would have, opened up and instead of kind of hiding it. And as I was telling Nels off camera, it's almost like he's creating drama. And I don't know if it's like, as Nels says, because he wants a second season or what. But it's like he's creating drama for Isabel that's unneeded because she already feel like they don't like her. And so why wouldn't you, if you love her so much, and why wouldn't you just be open and this is what I'm doing? Because clearly how they feel isn't going to deter what you're doing anyway. So I didn't really understand that. But yeah, so basically once they get over the initial shock, then the mom is asking about if they have a date. And he lets them know, hey, we plan to get married next month. And, basically his mom and his sister have to invite themselves to the wedding, pretty much. He never said, would you guys like to come?
And in the confessional, he did say that he actually does have a date, but he didn't tell them the date.
I missed that part then. And then he also shares with his sister that he's a little bit worried about his sister's personality and Isabel's not mixing. Then she brings up how she believes he should get a prenup to protect himself. And Gabe isn't here for the conversations and feels like, that just kind of puts a dark cloud over the marriage. And, Gabe admits that his sister has gotten in the way of previous relationships. So he's a little concerned that she might do the same thing with Isabel. Now, he's actually getting ready to head back to Colombia after being gone for a month. He says he has his paperwork in order, is set to marry Isabel in 2 weeks. And Monica is giving him a ride to the airport. She reinforces that she thinks he needs a prenup because it may not work out, and basically tell him he's stupid when he says he's not doing that. So, he's really not here for her pushiness. And Monica talks about his past girlfriends and how they've all been similar in some way or another. And, wonders what she's going to have to deal with Isabel. She says he typically likes needy, jealous women that are a little
stupid.
Damn, Monica. Damn. So she worries all the hard work that he's put in to build his business could be lost. Monica and the mother are coming to the Colombia for the wedding. And she questions whether, them getting married will affect their closeness. And he obviously doesn't think so and thinks that, their relationship will actually be better. So now when she drops him off at the airport, Gabe is even more worried about what will happen when Monica and Isabel meet because she hasn't liked any of his past girlfriends and hopes that, they can get along, but reiterates that Isabel is the love of his life. So that's my point, Gabe. It don't matter. You hiding it from him, you're still going to do what you want to do, clearly. Like they said at the table, they're like, you do a lot of crazy shit and we still accept you. We still love you.
He just don't want to hear it. That's what he just don't want to hear it. He gonna do it regardless. He just don't want to hear their mouth. So in Egypt, okay, Nicole finally knows how to work the stove. She has learned something while she's there.
She should.
About goddamn time, and it took her a minute to do it.
Because she don't know how to do that else.
Mahmoud let her know that Fatima's gonna come over and take her out to go get some vegetables and show her around.
Because we learned she can't have no more friends outside of this.
Yeah, after meeting homegirl, he really wasn't feeling it. And he was like, you know what? That can't be her friend. But what we can do, we can get you to go hang out with Fatima. She can show you the ropes. Fatima. And yeah, that's your friend, girl. Now, Nicole said, you know, she had a lot of fun with Naran. And she actually made her feel like, you know, she could actually live in Egypt. But she doesn't know if the relationship with her is worth the drama because she know her man don't like her. So it'll never work. Now, Fatima took her to get some chicken, and Nicole was completely shocked. She's like, these things are still alive. This is not how they do it back there in LA. We don't just be having live chickens running around.
Fatima, can they do that in the farmer's market in the US? I was like, I don't think so, baby.
Fatima is basically training her on how to grocery shop, and she welcomes it because she know damn well she needed it. Nicole said Fatima has transitioned into life in Egypt with grace and ease, and she doesn't know or understand why her transition hasn't been so easy.
Because you don't want to transition.
Plain and simple. Are you for real?
Yeah, like I mean, the answer is very, very simple, Nicole.
Right? Fatima asked how long was it before she started. I'm sorry, Nicole asked Fatima, how long was it before she started going shopping by herself? She says about a year. And she told her that she does also miss China. And Nicole said that she understands it's been really hard for her living there because it's hard to even do small things like going shopping. And she says she doesn't know how much longer she can stay in Egypt. She wants to live there and, you know, keeps on trying, but she says she just can't. And says she wants to live in America. And Mahmoud,
I can't do it no more.
No more.
I can't fake
come
it.
with me. Now, she says she applied for his visa a while ago, but, you know, there's no status on it yet, and she's not sure if he's even going to want to go. Nicole says that she's not sure how he'll feel about it and knows his mom will be upset, but she thinks, you know, it'll be a good opportunity for him and doesn't even...
Do you see how quick Nicole got over that?
Huh?
When she said that, she was like, his mom will be so sad, and Nicole was like...
She's like, my parents were sad too.
Yeah, right. Moving on.
Right. Basically, it'll be a good opportunity for him. And if he doesn't like it, then, you know, they can figure something else out. Now, Fatima feels that they should stay in Egypt, but ultimately, you know, it's up to them. It ain't none of her business. You know, that's something for them to talk about.
Right.
And she plans to do so, but she's worried about his reaction. But, you know, she said the only way they can be together moving forward is if they ain't staying in Egypt. She ain't doing it. She ain't staying no more. Now, Mahmoud decided to take Nicole somewhere to surprise her because he wants to show her that he cares about the things that, you know, she loves or would love in Egypt, basically.
She just spit in that man's face.
She really did. Now, he took her to get a cat. It looked like some stray cats.
I know, but it was a whole bunch of, it was like an animal shelter.
That they picked up off the street themselves. It looked like he really could have roamed around Egypt streets and got his own damn cat.
Well, no, because they have them there.
You got to pay for those. And they look like the ones that's out on the street.
You stupid. I don't think they pay for them. They just adopt them, you know.
Yeah, you got to pay to adopt them. Have you ever been to an animal shelter? They're cheaper, but you got to pay.
Oh, I didn't know that. I thought they give them away to you because they ain't got homes.
You got to pay.
Oh,
how do you think they stay open, girl?
I didn't know that.
Yeah, you got to pay. It's just way cheaper, but you still got to pay.
Y'all can tell I ain't rescued nobody.
Yeah, you still got to pay. Anyways, they look like they belonged on the street. Some of them look like they wasn't going to last too much longer.
You are awful.
I'm serious. Nicole thinks it's super sweet because she really likes cats, but she doesn't know if she's actually gonna get one because she don't even want to stay there no more. And she told him that, they need to have a conversation.
She was like, before you try
she
to
go
buy me
picking
a
out
damn
some
cat.
cats. Now she sat him down and told her that she really appreciates his gesture, but she ready to leave Egypt. And he's noticeably upset and says, "You told me you were going to stay here this time, and I've been doing things to make you like it here, and wants more chances to make it better for her." She says that she knows he's tried to make things comfortable and good for her, but for all the reasons they fought endlessly about all the stuff, she just can't. And things have changed. And he just feels like everything he was worried about most is now coming to fruition. He told her he doesn't know what to say, but of course, she wants to leave, so he ain't gonna hold her hostage. He said this makes him worried that since she's constantly changing her mind, one day she's gonna change her mind about him too. And she tells him she doesn't want to leave him. So if she goes back, set up a life for them, is he willing to join? And he says it's not something, that's easy for him. He doesn't really know how life is there, and he just can't answer it right now. Now, he says in reality, he never really thought about moving to the U.S., especially not before Nicole. But they did apply for the visa, but he didn't really put too much thought into it. You're giving Nicole vibes right now. I'm just saying. Just doing things just because, just not thinking about it. Just so she thinks it would be great for their relationship because she would be happy. Ideally, he would be happy, and they'd be happy together.
Well, she thinks he'll be happy. I think that he has a chance at being happier than Nicole, but I think they're still going to have the same problem. He's comfortable where he is.
So Mahmoud is worried about not being accepted in the U.S., but he knows that there's only one chance for them to be together, and he says he's going to give it some thought. I think Mahmoud thinks that maybe he won't be accepted. He says as an Egyptian and his religion. Mahmoud, there's plenty of Egyptians here. There's plenty of Muslims here. They're probably not as disciplined as you. They are a little Americanized. I can tell you that. But it's the American way. What can I tell you?
I can't with you. So, Kris and Jeymi.
Lord.
Now, Kris sits down with her mother to discuss what's going on with Jeymi. She said things have gotten worse since her last video call, and they haven't talked much, if at all. She said Jeymi is still upset. She's not there, and she can't be because she needs to work to pay Jeymi's bills because she still hasn't gotten a job yet. That's what she says. Now, her mother says most newlyweds want to be together, and Kris says she wants to, but also needs to pay bills. So her mother says she's concerned because Jeymi was working before and went and got a more expensive apartment and hasn't worked since they got married. She said the last time she sent her $1,000, that Jeymi was upset and said it wasn't enough to cover the bills and her gym membership. So she threatened to sell her necklace with her locket, which has her dad's ashes in it. And I'm not gonna lie, I was like, I would have to bitch out. So
that didn't come up when Jeymi was speaking.
Right. Her mother tells her Jeymi is a kept woman and Kris is a sugar mama. Her mother admits to production that she had her concerns about Jeymi since the beginning and felt that her life wasn't that great before she met Kris. I said, well, damn. And she was looking for stability.
They all feel like that when the person's in the next country.
Right. And she's not realizing that she needs to be a participant in establishing that stability. So Kris says Jeymi believes she doesn't love her, and her mother tells her she needs to try to show her that she's going to help. And Kris says Jeymi hasn't put forth any effort, and that she just won't give at all. So we finally see Jeymi, who says she's mad, she's sad.
It's nice to get the other side, boy.
Right. That Kris has left her for 5 months now. She feels she's married to someone who doesn't exist. Jeymi meets with Alex and admits she hasn't spoken to him since Kris left because she's low-key embarrassed. Alex knows her as an empowered Jeymi with a lot of character and would be surprised she's basically letting all this happen to her. So she explains Kris left 5 months ago when it was supposed to be 2 weeks. Alex is obviously concerned and knows this must be hard for her. And then Alex tells her, I told you so. And that was his fear the whole time. So Jeymi understands Kris is frustrated about finances and, you know, the fact that she can't work there. So, you know, obviously she returned to the US, but says that Kris made the decision on her own to stay in the US longer. And she realizes that Kris didn't have her together when she came to Columbia. Surprise. So she talks about how they were supposed to start a business because she couldn't work there, and that Kris was the one who told her to quit her job. Now, Jeymi
and
has
dedicate all her time into the business.
Right. Jeymi has to explain she's an immigrant as well. And you know, she went to look for a job immediately after Kris expressed her concerns, but she's been having issues because no one wants to hire a Venezuelan. She shares with Alex how she's upset about the apartment being too expensive and Kris hasn't paid. She only paid 2 months, and since Kris has left, she ain't paid nothing.
This is a whole nother version. We hearing two totally different sides.
Right.
Because according to Kris, that's where all her money going.
Is it really?
That's what Kris said.
Okay. Or is it going to her manager?
What's your man? Oh.
Yeah, whatever. So Jeymi don't even know how she's gonna pay next month's rent. She's tired of trying to call Kris because she doesn't answer. And Alex tells her it isn't fair because she played with her and everyone. So Jeymi thought, you know, she would be fine. And Jeymi gets emotional about how frustrated she is. Alex thinks that Kris is making things up, basically just not to be with Jeymi. And Alex tells her she needs to call it quits, and she thinks she needs to hear her out. And she reveals Kris did call her and say that she had bought a ticket to return. And Jeymi feels like, you know, they need to talk, and feels it's going to be a very definitive trip. And then we go on to this girl to make my ass itch. Go ahead.
Danielle. Is this the last one?
Yeah.
Oh, Danielle. So
let me disclaimer. I didn't feel sorry for Danielle at all. Y'all can get in the comments. Y'all can tell me I'm wrong. I think she's disrespectful, and I think because she has a younger and a husband that is not from the US, I think that she thinks that she can do what she wants because she's an American.
So after the argument the night before, it carried on to the next morning, where she basically told her husband, I don't care what you want. I'm going on a boat to go chill with my ex.
She said, I don't give about none of that.
And so she went. And she said Yohan is going to have to accept her life. And the way for that to happen is for her to live it. Well, damn. Let him say that to you.
Okay.
It's going to be a whole problem.
Right.
So basically, apparently this dude, Talon, is actually, which makes it even worse to me anyways, is the dude that she dated right before Yohan. So this is like the most recent ex. She said that they met on the beach in Miami. They dated for 5 months, even lived together. But they knew that it was temporary because he was semi-pro. He was traveling all around the world. And she eventually had to go back to New York.
She's giving me, she likes this
mothering.
I don't want to call her a cougar, but she likes this like mothering. Like, I like to find younger men and then try to groom them. That's what it is. She's grooming them.
Damn, we're grooming. Okay.
That's what it is.
So Talon is basically like, where's Yohan? Am I going to meet him? And Danielle says, no, he ain't here because he's pissed that I'm here with you right now. And he's surprised that she can even be with someone like that. And she feels like, you know, he switched up as soon as she landed. So you think before you came to move there, he was going to be okay with you chilling with your ex?
No.
For one, he's a man. For two, he's a Dominican man. You sound crazy. Girl, bye.
Know your audience.
Right? Talon tells her, you know, she's going to have to teach Yohan some things like she did with him since she's so much more mature. And she said, you know, she's tired of teaching all the damn time. She feels like at this stage in her life, that's not the move. Maybe she should find somebody that can teach her something.
No, because she's hard-headed. She don't listen, and she thinks she always right. Can't nobody teach you shit.
Talon says it's tough to see her like this because, you know, he has so much love and respect for her. And he's really not even sure if Yohan is the right person for her. But, you know, he's going to have to see them together to find that out.
And don't nobody need your approval, Taylor.
Exactly. Now she wants them to sit down together so that, you know, her man can see that their friendship is no threat to their relationship. But she understands that, you know, he's been hurt in the past and he has some past relationship trauma. She feels like in the last 48 hours, she met a version of her husband that she doesn't know and doesn't like, and feels that this is who he really is.
A man that doesn't want to be disrespected.
And blame it on American shit. Oh, this is fine in America. No, it ain't. You're a damn lie.
Yeah, Shade Squad, dropped out in the comments.
American culture. This is why people don't like Americans.
Yeah, no, because it's the entitlement of it all. So, guys, if you haven't already, please make sure that you've hit that like button.
You comment.
You subscribe.
And you hit the notification bell.
And we just want to thank you guys for tuning in to another review of 90 Day The Other Way. Please make sure that you're following us on all the platforms, the TikTok, Twitter, Facebook, IG, and we will catch you in a couple days because y'all know I am anxious to see what Debbie is going to do. So we will catch y'all next time. Have a great weekend.
I don't think she's going out like that. Good night.